Losing faith can really feel like having the ground ripped out from under you. Like everything you once believed in, everything you once held to be true, poof, all gone. Like everything you once believed in, everything that shaped your identity is all gone. And so if you're struggling with the grief, confusion, or even the guilt of leaving your faith, then this video is for you. So sit back and hang out with me. Hey guys, it's Shally, your spiritual bestie, and we're back again with another video. Yay! Today we're going to be talking about how to cope after losing faith or after leaving your faith, whichever way it resonates for you. Leaving your faith is not just about changing your beliefs. It literally feels like you're losing a part of yourself. And this is because, especially for those of you who, or should I say, those of us who were born into the faith, your entire identity is built on these ideas that you have come to learn and take as true. And so when you start questioning or when you start really diving deep to get to the roots of, why you believe these things, and then you now start finding out certain things that contradict your faith, oh my god, it can feel really tough dealing with that because it feels like your entire world is crumbling. Like a lot of people even fear, like, who am I going to be? Oh, my life is a lie. Everything I believed was a lie. It feels really devastating to come to a place where you realize that, oh, this is just not working for me anymore and I have to find something else. And I think it's actually really brave for you to do that because the majority of people are very comfortable in their comfort zone. They're very comfortable following the status quo, the laid down structure that we're all told to go by. And so I think it's really brave of you to start questioning and start, finding truth for yourself. For most people, losing faith can literally feel like your entire identity is being invalidated. It could feel like you're losing even your sense of security because that community that you used to be part of because you shared their beliefs, you no longer are a part of them. You're literally ostracized because you don't have the same beliefs that they have or they share. And so they start to see you as an outsider or a deserter. And that can feel really, really tough. But don't lose hope because there's a way forward. And so I'm going to share what has worked for me so far since I started questioning and deconstructing my beliefs. So, as most of you already know, I am a pastor's daughter. I was born into a Christian home, a Christian family. I was raised Christian, and that is all I knew all my life. Except some things were just not adding up. And for me, I think I'm too curious for my own good because when things started to not add up, I went searching. And you know how they say, if you seek, you will find? Well, I definitely found. And I found a lot of things that kind of just shattered my faith. And I feel like this is the reason why religious people don't entertain questions or they don't like deep questions because they know that once you start digging, once you start, unraveling these things, it all comes apart. And that's why they make blasphemy a sin or they guilt trip you into believing that backsliding is a bad thing or a sin. And that is exactly how indoctrination works. When you are indoctrinated, you're basically being fed what to believe. Like they tell you what to believe. You are not allowed to go outside that laid down structure or those laid down rules. Religion gives you what to believe. You are not allowed to go outside of it to search for your own truth because then you run the risk of being called an unbeliever or a backslider. But anyways, here are 5 ways to cope after leaving your faith? Number one, first of all, you have to acknowledge the grief. Don't try to run from it. Don't try to deny it. Don't try to avoid it. You have to validate yourself and validate your emotions. It hurts. It hurts. Like a lot of us even have this fear of abandonment. Like it's a core wound from childhood. And so leaving a structured or organized system can literally feel like you're being thrown out to the wolves. It's scary and it hurts to think that the people who you once loved or who once loved you would now begin to see you in a different way and reject you. It's a lot to process. And so you have to give yourself time and you give yourself the space to actually feel these feelings, validate your feelings. It's okay for you to feel that way. It's okay for you to feel sad. It's okay for you to feel bad. It's okay for you to feel scared. You've done this thing your whole life. You've been a certain way your whole life, and now you are attempting to break out of it and venture into the dark. It's scary. Like fear of the unknown is real. So you have to really validate yourself. But once you validate yourself, once you know that it is okay to feel these things, then you kind of get the confidence that you need to move forward. Now, the second point is to find new anchors. Like a lot of people think that religion is what gives them purpose, but that's not true. You were being indoctrinated to think a certain way and to believe that this is how the world works. But that is not all there is to life. You can absolutely begin to literally rebuild yourself from the scratch, rebuild, you know, find new belief systems that actually work for you. And more importantly, find your purpose because you were put on this earth for a reason. If it wasn't important for you to be here, you wouldn't be alive. So the fact that you're here right now, there is a purpose for that. And so this is time for you to really search deep within yourself and find answers because everything that you need is within you. You came here, you came into this world complete. All the guidance that you need is within you. You just have to, quiet yourself and start to do some deep reflection and introspection. You need to find out who it is you really are. Like, who are you without those beliefs? Who is the real you? Who is the true you? The you that you were before those beliefs were impacted into you. You have to find that and build on that. To be very honest, for me, I, I believe that my purpose is just to exist, to come into this world and chop life. But then that's just my purpose. What is yours? You can find it. So the third step is to redefine your identity. You are more than what you believe. You are more than your faith. You are more than your religion. You are more than those things that people have told you that you are. So really start exploring yourself. Start exploring who you are outside your faith. One of the most common places to start, especially for people who, have just regained freedom, is to start doing everything that they were told not to do. But that is not it. That is just a phase. And you would see most times after doing all those things, you won't get satisfaction. So you would literally come back around, do a 180. So I'm not saying that you should immediately, dive into everything that you were told not to do. No, take it easy, one step at a time. Start exploring, start finding out what you like, what you don't like, what works for you. Even if there were places that you weren't allowed to visit before, you can start trying out those places. The whole idea is just to explore life, explore what life has to offer, and pick what works for you, pick what resonates with you. So now the fourth step is to navigate your relationship with other believers. Like you need to find a way to block them out because they will try to convince you that you're doing something wrong. Religion is built on fear. They use fear tactics to demand obedience, to keep you in order. And so all those fearful beliefs that you had, that if you go a different path, you would end up in hell or destruction awaits you. You have to literally close your ears to all of that. You're at the very, should I say, a very sensitive or vulnerable phase of your life now. And you have to listen to only yourself. Like, find a way to block out the noise. Find a way to block out the voices of those people that will try to invalidate your choices or make you feel like you're doing something wrong. You don't owe anybody an explanation. You don't have to justify your actions. You are not obligated to do that. And so, literally, this is where you have to be firm in your own beliefs. Form new belief systems for yourself and stick with them. Now, the last point, and really the most important point, is to build a support system. One thing that makes religion thrive is the community. It's a communal setting. So, there's just kind of like love, that feeling of homeliness. You find home in those circles. And so when you're leaving those circles, it seems like you're going to be alone, you're abandoned, you're, you know, lonely and all of that. So it's very important for you to find support systems, find people who have the same ideas as you, or people who, even if they don't share your beliefs, are able to create a safe space for you to explore. People who are not judgmental, people who can hold your hand and say, okay, I know this is the journey that you're about to embark on. I'm not going to follow you, but I can, be here with you while you try to figure out yourself or figure out your life. It's very important for you to build support systems. See, I was alone. I went mad. Let me tell you. There was even a point where I literally ran back to the church because it was too much. But what I discovered is that I just needed to trust myself. I just needed to learn to trust myself. Because, see, especially if you're from a Christian background, they will tell you, trust in the Lord with all your heart and lean not on your own understanding. The heart of man is desperately wicked. You can't trust. They break your innate support system. Like, what would ordinarily have helped you to rely on your own self, rely on your own understanding, they take that away from you. They tell you that you are flawed and you have to look up to Jesus. So now that you know that Jesus doesn't exist or you don't believe in Jesus anymore, who are you looking up to? You have to look up to yourself. You need to understand that you came to this world alone, like, and you're going to live alone. So really, you've only got yourself. You need to find a way to start trusting yourself. It's one of the most important things on this journey, trusting yourself. And the thing is, every human being is born with an inner guidance system. Usually, it's your emotions. Your emotions, like the way that you feel about certain things, will tell you whether this thing is right for you or not. So, even if not anything, trust yourself, trust your gut, trust your instincts. Your intuition is real. It works like crazy. Everybody has an intuition, whether you're Christian, whether you're Muslim, whether you're Buddhist, whether you're pagan. Every human being has an intuition. You just need to learn to develop it, learn to trust it. I know the journey is hard, but you don't have to do this alone. And that's why I'm here. Your spiritual bestie. I did for you. So yeah, that's basically all I have to say. And please, if you found this video interesting, leave a thumbs up and hit the subscribe button. And also do me a favor and comment your favorite part. I really enjoy reading you guys' comments and I look forward to seeing them. So until next time, bye.